He's back. He's on his feet. He's running about. He's a bit wobbly, but that's not bad. Loud. Question of the day, what's this wire for from the trailer to the car? Project container. Progress now. Have a guess, what's it going to be? Forklift was able to move it around really easy. Put a strap up there, the wheels at the back, and I just drove it around no problem. Got it at the workshop. Hot day today. Well, for Scotland it's probably about 12 degrees, but I'm burning up. The container project has got one side missing now. You can see all the way through it. So we just took the plasma cutter all the way along there, the sides as well. Up the sides, it's fairly straight cut. I welded a wee bit of steel onto it as a straight line and ran off the edge, so it was pretty much bang straight. Wonder why we did that. Starting to heat up through the nights. Some lights are getting, Kevin's changing some lights that are broken on his fert spreader. And then he'll be going out fert spreading. I've got some bits to move for the forklift up at the shop. Out the road so we can get access to a drain, and the sprayer, Dunk will be going away in the sprayer. He's got quite a few bits to spray over the next couple of days. That's him just arrived around there. He'll go to the tank, fill up, good to go. Sprayer's just getting chemicals out and sprayer tank of water full. So just outside the front of the shop now, and then all this compost, it's all getting shifted out the road. We need access to a drain in there. Just getting it done just now before there's any cars arrive in the car park and people going about. There'll be a digger in later to get access in about there. So that's all this cleared. I've just shifted it over here for now, and we'll be able to get the digger in, dig down there, see what level we're at here, and then hopefully we'll be able to run waste from somewhere over that potato box area. We want to be able to run it down the edge of the tar and back to here, so we'll be able to dig down, find out the level here, find out the level over there, and see if we've got the right amount of height and run for the waste to get down to here. The other side of that wall is the deli. That's why there's waste here. There's sinks and they drain into down here, and then it all heads that way. Just grabbing a couple of bags of fertiliser. I'll fill Kevin up, and then he's going to head along the road, spread some of this, which is urea, 46% nitrogen. And the reason he's taking it from here is the farm he's going to, there isn't any at the farm just now, and there's no forklift there either, so we'll just fill him up here and he can run along. And he's only spreading it at 100 kilo per hectare today, so it'll go quite far. I mean, sometimes we're spreading up to 350 kilo a hectare, so you get through a bag a lot quicker. Just give it a belt off the ground. Ideally we'd be able to keep this fertiliser in a more sealed shed. This is just kind of a bit of a lean-to end section of a shed. It would keep it just a wee bit less moisture getting to it, and you get less clumps through it. But we don't really have the space at the moment. Possibly in the future we'll have space, but right now we don't. And just shift it along without spilling it out the side. This is urea and it's a bit less dense than P&K and whatnot, so it's a much bigger volume for 600 kilo of it. So you can see that's just 3 bags, whereas if you've got P&K you can almost fit 4. So we're getting all the mechanics checked on the grain dryer today. The electrical guys were out the other day, they did their service, and then the mechanical guys are just doing their service as well now. So I'm just going to take off the cover to the pit so you can get in about the bearings, have a look over them, check everything's running smoothly in the pit. So they're just putting a ring on for me to lift it out with the forklift, and then they'll shift out the way while I lift it out. So just while this pit covers off, I'll show you how it is. So that V, that's where the grain falls into, and all along this there's an auger, and that pulls the grain all the way up into the bottom of the elevator of the grain dryer. So this is me in the pit now, and it just allows you to cover all of this with grain, and then it draws in through the auger. And what we're going to do is just open up this box, check the bearing at the end of the auger, check it's running smoothly, there's no big wear on it. If it's got wear on it, they'll just change it, and it just keeps things running smoothly come harvest time. Don't want any breakdowns then. They're also doing the top conveyor, they're in the cherry picker over there. They'll check the bearings at the end there. There's a big long belt chain that runs along there with paddles on it and draws the grain along, so they're just checking all of that, checking down there, and then check everything outside as well, make everything's running, sure everything's running smooth as can be. We're having issues at the moment with diesel filters, quite regularly need to be changed. It's just gone into shutdown mode. That's Kevin's tractor there, so I need to go and pick up some more diesel filters. It's getting a bit annoying now. Agricar to pick up fuel filters and an oil filter. It's due an oil filter. So this is a new filter there, that's 2 old ones. Take those 2 off, this one and another new one will go in, and they just filter the fuel, take out anything that shouldn't be in it. But with the kind of biofuel at the moment, they seem to be clogging up a lot quicker than usual, and we're changing these fairly regularly, which is a cost and a waste of time, but you have to do that, otherwise you'll start to cause issues with the engine as well, and that's a lot more expensive than a fuel filter. If you guessed this was a fuel or oil filter remover, you were correct. So imagine that's your fuel filter, you tighten that right up to there, put your socket into the 1/2 inch, and then you crank that and it rotates it and loosens it off. Just because fuel and oil filters are awkward to loosen any other way.